Here's an example of the chord progression in one part of a song. Even in this very short pattern, A minor, F, and C, the chord progression can be seen to go on a sort of journey, which is typical of any effective progression. To explain, the first chord, A minor, 6 minor in the key of C, is a stable tonic chord that sounds like home. Then the progression moves to F, 4 major in the key, a subdominant chord. This is a less stable chord and a place away from home. Next it simply returns home to the 1 chord, C major. It resolves to the key center, a chord that sounds most like home and a place of rest. Rather than return home, the subdominant F chord could have moved to the place furthest from home, G, the 5 chord, the dominant chord, but it didn't, which is fine. So to recap, no matter what the length, a good chord progression can be compared to a sort of journey. The chord functions that match these 3 different states of home, away from home, and furthest from home are tonic, subdominant, and dominant. Here's another very simple chord progression in C major that matches the journey described. C is the tonic home chord, the tonal center of the key. F is the subdominant chord, and here we're no longer hearing a chord that sounds like a resting chord, but one that seems to need to resolve back to the home chord C, the tonic, or perhaps move to a chord in a different category, G. G is the dominant chord, which seems even more to need to resolve to the home chord, the tonic C. When it does so in bar 3, there's a feeling of completion and resolution. This gives an illustration of the basic mechanics of how the chord progression I've just written works. This can now be elaborated on using chord and harmony knowledge. For example, we know there's 2 other types of tonic chord besides 1 major. These are 3 minor and 6 minor. Therefore, let's try substituting 3 minor for 1 major in bar 1. Instead of playing C, F, and G in the first 3 bars, let's play E minor in the place of C. So E minor, F, and G. So instead of this, we'll play this, starting on E minor. Changing the tonic chord in this way is called tonic substitution. In bar 4, instead of making the 1 major chord, C, the end of our progression, let's insert a turnaround, a 1 bar or sometimes 2 bar sequence that leads the progression back to its start. So instead of 2 bars of C at the end of the progression in bars 3 and 4, we're going to have a G chord in bar 4, which will move to our new substitute tonic chord, E minor, at the start. Then we'll push the new G chord 2 beats back in bar 4 and insert 2 minor, which is D minor, a chord we haven't used yet. This gives us a satisfying tonic, subdominant, dominant progression in the last 2 bars. To make a complete song, let's add a B section to our 8-bar progression and then repeat the A section.